This is the last episode.
Everyone,
clap your hands.
Everyone should try
Weed.
bee's knees. Bee's knees.
Do you mean Burt's Beeswax? What the hell's bee's knees?
No, it's an alcoholic drink that I made myself last night for the first time.
Does it involve honey?
Made,
Is that why it's called bee's knees?
Yep, literally does. So I made honey syrup for the first time, which honey syrup is because if you have a drink that uses honey, you can't just put honey in it because as soon as honey touches ice, it freezes up and turns into like a hard amber thing, and so you need to.
Of course, everyone knows that. They were all taught that by their mother when they were a small child.
Everyone knows this. So honey syrup is you can do. I did like 3 parts honey to 1 part water, and that makes honey syrup pretty much. So it's pourable honey, so you can pour it in drinks, and so it doesn't freeze up and stuff. So I made the first night I did this. I made a Gold Rush, which is whiskey, honey, and lemon, which was holy crap, just a simple but good time. And then last night I made a bee's knees, which is instead of whiskey, it's gin, but exactly the same specs, but gin instead. And I like gin a lot because I like that more.
Hey, as an alcoholic, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually,
yes,
I'm not, but you are. That's why I need to ask.
Yes.
Does gin stink?
Yes.
Like it sucks, right? Without mixing it, gin's a terrible alcoholic drink.
I don't think I've ever tried gin straight.
I have. It's terrible.
So I don't know.
Why do people do it?
I don't know. I need to try a Manhattan.
I never had a Manhattan, but I've had gin on its own just to see.
Not a bad.
I've had a gin and tonic, which
Manhattans
is
are good.
terrible.
I'm talking about martini. Jesus Christ! Why couldn't I think of the word? Manhattans are great. Manhattan is whiskey and sweet vermouth.
Why can't you just drink whiskey like a sad 45-year-old after work?
Because I'm a nerd, and when I get into something, I get way too into it. That's actually the answer.
And then we'll find you drinking a bunch of. Are you gonna start like ordering IPAs from other states and countries now? Are you gonna be that guy?
Oh man, I'm so close.
I used to be friends with that guy, and then I stopped being friends with that guy. That's all he did with his free time.
I almost ordered because I couldn't find it anywhere except for one store, but I just went to that store instead because it's not that far from my house, anyways. Creme de Violette. I think we talked about this, right?
I don't know if we talked about it on the
Did I
podcast.
talk about my creme? I don't know. Creme de Violette. It's a liqueur made of violets flowers, and it's used for one of my favorite drinks.
Why'd you say violet? But like in a way that you were trying to not say violent.
I was trying.
Like I heard you like
laugh,
struggling to not
like,
say that for some reason.
No, it was more of just like I was laughing at the whole idea of anything
of crushing a flower and drinking it, like a caveman would in his bare hands to make like face paint with.
Yeah, literally, yeah. It's so like aviation gin, creme de violette, and lemon juice, and maraschino liqueur, which is dry, like maraschino cherry. Yes, I swear we've had this conversation. Whatever. It's one of my favorite drinks ever. It's very dry and soury and good. And gin.
The only drink I still have to check again because it's been a few months. I still want to try a strong zero.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a Japanese only. I believe it's from Japan. It is a brand of vodka sodas that they sell. And I've always wanted to try them because I've just heard about them and seen them for so many years now. And I've seen the wacky ads for them. But I've never seen either in person or like seen a website that sells them within the US. So I'd have to import them.
Yeah,
and I don't
importing alcohol,
know how much that would cost me.
I don't know. Is that even possible? Can you? I guess right. Because you can order whiskey. You can import whiskey.
Yeah, well, also I want to try a Japanese
probably
whiskey that I've been eyeing for like a few years now. But
Japanese whiskey is easy to find now, though.
No, but like the good stuff, like the $100 over.
If you go to like
stuff.
any,
but also why would I do that to myself?
Yeah, no, for sure. Any like decent liquor store that also has expensive stuff, you'll find Japanese.
There's a local liquor store near me. Well, not a liquor store, but a grocery store that sells. It's like a $75 bottle of Japanese whiskey, but I don't know the brand.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Even then, I don't like drinking that much. I just wanted to try it just for the experience of it. That's why I'm like, why would I spend over $100 on this thing? I'd try maybe once or twice.
It's so hard to talk to people. I still haven't figured out a way to talk to people about this hobby of mine without feeling bad, like feeling wrong about like like convincing them that this isn't weird.
Okay, that's
there's
not the
no
problem.
convince-
You understand this?
What's
You're trying to
what's the
convince
problem?
yourself that you don't have a problem or that this is a problem. It's one of those two.
See, that's the thing.
Because most people don't
it's,
care.
It could. See,
It's
it could
super
be
that. It's super that. You're trying to convince
Well,
yourself
my
that you're not
thing-
doing a bad.
That could be true. Okay, it's probably both because you know me because I have anxiety. I get too weird about like people think this is weird. I don't want to say it. Like I
People
do that
think
all
my
the-
ankles are fat.
My thing with Drake.
Like no.
This is why I hate. This is one of the reasons why I hate drinking. I hate being drunk because it's so.
Then why do you
'cause
do
I
it so
get
much?
ang-
I don't understand.
I don't. Cause dude, I literally have like 1 or 2 drinks and that's it. I can't do any more than that. Is if I do it, usually like spread out over a long
No,
period of
so
time.
you mean
Like-
you don't like getting drunk? You don't dislike drinking? You don't like getting drunk? That's different. Those are different things.
No, for sure.
But you're
this is
conflating them
why,
in your
like, when I
brain
talk-
as one.
No, I am not. No, this is the
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Two things. First of all, one of the reasons why I don't like being like buzzed even or drunk is like whatever is like I do the thing of
Tear
am
your
I
pants
moving my
off,
arms
scream like a
weird?
banshee.
Yep. I start going like I get like anxiety like legit anxiety attacks. So then like am I moving my arms weird? Everyone knows I'm drunk. This sucks. Don't look at me.
Sounds like you took a bad
Like,
hit of
that's-
weed instead of drinking. But
Dude,
I've
that's
heard of this.
legit how I get when I drink. Yeah, when I this is what sucks about a hobby like this, where it's just like I really like exploring the flavors and mixtures of alcohol and seeing how different liquors work together and how different ingredients work together. Like
Yeah, it's an age. It's a super old science and culture of it all. It's super old. It's super fascinating.
Yeah, it's really neat. But what sucks about this one is that like I legit can't do a lot of it at once. Like I can do like one a day.
Well, yeah, because you
is what I
you
usually do. I'll
understand
make, like,
that that's not
1 or
healthy
2
to
drinks.
do as much as you would probably like to.
See, okay, yes. So all that preamble that I just said to you is not assumed, I feel like, when I tell people that I'm into cocktails.
You don't just say
'Cause I have
I
to
like making
explain-
drinks because I like trying out new tastes. You don't just say that to people.
Yeah.
What do you?
I guess,
Okay,
but then
okay.
but then-
Let's role play. Let's RP on this RP server in Gmod.
Yeah.
Pretend I'm a stranger,
Let's do it.
and you're
Hi,
talking
stranger.
with your homies and your ladies and whatever, and I overhear like you talk about I don't know a Manhattan or something, and then ask you, oh, are you into making drinks? What would you say to them?
Yes.
No, but like
yes.
like a normal human, what would you say afterwards? Like, not just yes,
Oh,
but
man.
like
I hate role play stuff. I don't know, man. I get all anxious about it. I mean, yeah, I'd say I just feel like yeah, it's been like a fun hobby of mine I've been doing for the last like year, and it's been very interesting of like mixing shit together.
okay, cool. Do you have any DUIs? I have at least like 2.
No.
On my 3rd soon, probably after the night. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. That's it. So yeah. So
And this is why I don't go to bars because I don't like those people.
This is what
I can deal with them, but I'm like, oh
bars
fuck, I got another one tonight.
Yeah, usually not the kind of bars I go to, but sometimes I'll end up in places that also have those people, like a yard house or something that like.
Well, because those
yeah,
people
they,
will
like,
show up. They don't have a habitat. They just,
just-
migrate.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like
Exactly.
drinking
But yeah, when those
socially
people-
with people that are not
that's usually
my
when
friends in a home.
That's when I. Yeah, that's when I crumble. Is when someone does that.
You crumble like the gates of Babylon.
Yeah, it's I crumble like this. Nope, I'm not. This will be way too long.
Like the walls of Jericho.
Yeah,
Like the Tower of Babel.
Yeah, and I bring it up a lot with my friends when I try to talk about like how do I talk to people about this thing?
You just talk to them. That's the sad truth about most people's personal anxieties or insecurities. You just kind of do it.
Oh, 100%.
It's not an
100%.
easy
This is
or
why,
even
like-
good answer, but it's the realistic
No.
approach.
Oh no, you're right. This is why like
Bro, why are you so sad all
when
the
my
time? Stop
friends-
being sad. It's really easy.
Yeah,
That's a different
yeah.
scenario
When
for a whole
this-
different thing.
No,
but
100%.
it's also the
Well,
same
but this-
problem of like the simple answer is kind of the answer for most people. Is just talk about it. Don't spurg
it's
out
the
about
one-
it, but just talk about it.
It's that quote from Joker that people misinterpret.
You're laughing. Think it's
Why are you
you
laughing?
get what you fucking deserve.
Yeah. No, it's the it's the worst thing about having a mental illness is pretending or what is it, acting like you don't have one, something like that. Like something like the worst thing about having a mental illness is having people force you to not act like you have one.
And this all goes back to making
which-
drinks for yourself and having a
which-
gay old time.
It does.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Because
you know
Because-
yourself,
'cause-
you are drinking responsibly. You are not spending your fortune
well-
that you got from your Uncle Scrooge McDuck. and you don't drive
Thank
or
you.
go out and
Shout out
bother
one time.
people.
No.
So what's the problem?
This is why.
And the answer is there's none.
That feels weird.
Other than maybe you could have spent that money on charity, but that's a stupid argument.
Yeah, fuck charity. Fuck them. Fuck them kids.
You could have given that to people who needed it. It's like that's not really an answer.
Yeah. No. What's it called? But when you were saying about like the just get over it kid type of mentality for there's a part
really
of it that's
common.
true. Like for me,
For older people, at
For
least.
me-
Not
well, for-
us, but it's a common thought to get
Well,
people
no,
who are
but
like
when
older
you-
than us.
well, when you were saying that like how that is almost an answer, but it's not in most scenarios. Like for me, like when I talk to people who I haven't talked to in a while, because if people don't know, I just got my license like a little bit over, like maybe a year and a half ago at this point, and I will be 24 this year. Like it took me forever, and the reason that's been taking so long is because I have big anxiety, and driving is one of the biggest things for me.
And it's one of the worst. This is one of the worst states to do it in too, by far.
Yeah, and so when I talk to people who haven't seen me and maybe over that time, they're like, "Oh yeah, I see you have a car. Like you got your license. You driving now?" It's like, "Yeah, I've been driving." And it's like, "So what? You're good now? Like you're over like with the anxiety of it?" It's like, "Oh no, I'm still as anxious as the day I started. I'm just driving while anxious." Yeah. And there's a part of that that's definitely not good because if I end up in an accident, knock on all the woods, it will 100% be because I had an anxiety attack while driving.
But what if
that's
it's
what will happen?
Yeah.
But my thing is I can't let that stop me from driving. And so I'm just doing it anyways. And I'm just forcing myself. And it's been interesting where it's just like, it's not that I'm getting over the anxiety, as I'm getting over the not doing it part. And it's like, at least I'm moving forward.
I forget what doctor said it. Like it was like on some doctor survey that I saw. Like it's like a picture that someone took at the hospital.
I believe it was Seuss.
No, not the Seuss. It was someone took it like at their medical office where it was like a survey on pain, where it was like, I am in major pain, I am in mild pain, and then the answer that I think about a lot in life is I just live with the pain. And that's what you kind of have to do with a lot of things. You just kind of have to live with it, like a shitty roommate, like a bad sibling. You just have to live with it.
That's the actual answer that I give for most people for a lot of these things. Where it's just like, how do you like mitigate all these like mental things?
I live with it.
You do.
Because
they don't go away.
Whether you have the either major issues or just minor things, like when I shoot in a game, I have to reload if it's not full. You just kind of have to live with those little or big ones.
Talking about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, all of fat caveat on this. Go to therapist. Go to therapist. Go to psychiatrist. Get drugs if you need them, because this isn't.
I think you should clarify that last one.
Well, no, because I don't. Yeah, what I mean is because I don't. Because
clarify that last one for your sake, for your future career.
I mean, prescribed medication from a professional doctor.
There we go.
Yeah, because some people might hear just like, no, just do it anyways if they have like legit like chemical imbalances in their brain. And
just go find it. Just go find it some MDMA. You'll be fine. We'll sort you out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take magic mushrooms because a bald man on a podcast said it would be good for me, and I did. And now I have a huge anxiety attack.
Pull up these monkeys real quick. Hey, pull up these monkeys.
Pull these fucking monkeys. Oh my god. Did I? Dude, I don't think I ever told you. It's been so long. I remember being in a conversation where the Joe Rogan politics and drug conversation came up in the same hour, and I was biting my tongue and losing my entire goddamn mind.
Dude, I'm so sorry.
Because I was these two people are much older than me. They're not stupid. They're moderately successful in what they do. But I'm like, my God, stop talking. Yeah. You don't know what you're talking about. Shut up, please.
I saved this picture that I really like. My name is Sasuke Uchiha. I hate a lot of things, and I don't particularly like anything. What I have is not a dream, because I will make it a reality. I'm going to restore my clan and kill a certain man. And then it's a picture of Joe Rogan. That's crazy, man. Have you ever done DMT?
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Because I'm hearing him say it in the dub voice, and it's making me laugh.
Yeah, what's the voice actor name? I always forget. He's in everything.
Yeah, it's what he tells Sakura when he punches her away when he leaves the village the first time. When he goes, sorry, Sakura, and he gives him that whole speech.
That fucking show.
He left to go kill. That's what he left for Shippuden. He was looking for Joe of the Rogan clan. And on their headband is his logo with the third eye on it. They wear it on their headbands.
Face? That's funny.
I kind of want to draw that. That sounds so stupid. I kind of want to make it happen.
Do it.
But it's funny for nobody but me and you. That's it.
Yeah. Guys, welcome to the last episode of the podcast. It's been 15 minutes since we fucking started recording.
It's a fucking podcast.
I'm sorry. I
Dad,
want to apologize
Mom.
for all my all my sins.
I will now be living my life as a proud
quick.
gay man.
Still one of my favorite things that have ever happened in
I
this
still
universe.
can't believe that really happened. I still can't.
Yeah,
It's so
and
insane.
Dude, and then
Didn't that go
made,
down
like,
the same year the R. Kelly shit went down?
No, R. Kelly was way before that.
Was that before? Or
Oh,
after?
the second R. Kelly
The interview.
Yeah. The second R. Kelly thing. Yeah.
That's so
Why are you doing this to me, man?
That's so satisfying to watch because he's such a shitbag. But man, it's so crazy that happened.
Oh yeah, it's real great.
You're covered for him. He's like in
dude, and then-
tears. It's like watching it's like an anime villain like falling in like a little kid's show.
Dude, but speaking of anime villain, that like Kevin Spacey,
Oh, the fireplace
again,
one you showed me that I
like-
was losing my mind at last year.
he's made 2 of them at this point.
He's made 2.
Both of which, what that last one that he made, like he like literally like the day after that came out, like someone, like one of his accusers, like or no, didn't like 2 of his accusers killed themselves.
It was like something
Both, like,
weird. Yeah.
I think 2 of his accusers killed themselves, like both like right after he made that video.
He was like happy holidays in the most
both
menacing
of those-
tone possible.
Dude, and it's one of those. Look, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I swear, I'm not.
I just look at monkeys all day.
Helps to ever. There's some part of me that really believes that Kevin Spacey might be the greatest supervillain of all time. Like, actually, like I have no real evidence to prove this, but it really feels like it.
What do you think he's getting up to during COVID times? What do you think he's doing?
I know he shouldn't be touching anyone for multiple reasons. One,
That's fucked up, but that's real.
Stop. You gotta slow down the curve, or whatever, and also legal reasons. But I don't know. I don't know, man.
Did you
Ask me questions.
I don't
ask me questions on a podcast.
Did you see all that fallout from Ellen and her team or whatever when she decided to do a bunch of talk show people are doing their stuff from home?
Yeah,
Like
have
all
you
the
watched
late night
clips of that?
It's
you watched those?
not as fun as WWE with no audience. That stuff is fascinating.
That's the best. I was gonna say the WWE one is the one that I was gonna bring up because
It's because
that one is
I actually kind of like it more.
why?
It's more interesting. It's more
It
like
feels like
it's like artsy. It's interesting.
Dude, it feels like a Mustank video. What are you talking about? I'm waiting for an 808 clap. Like, what the fuck?
No, because you've only watched a clip of it, but like watching like a whole like the show just run with no audience, but they're still acting in character. It's fascinating. It's like watching a stage play with no audience. It's so
It's a
fascinating.
David Lynch film.
You ever played the game Pathologic?
No, but
I've seen videos on it. Because the intro and the second
Yeah.
game is basically like a pseudo remake / retelling of the game. Is that they're like people that give you the tutorial, but they're like the first part of the game is they're actors on a stage. But the language is like just almost correct, like full correct English, but the acting is a little too dramatic. But there's there's no back music. It's very quiet. But watching that happen, but with basically wrestlers, is very amusing to me. Because I have a frame of what wrestling and wrestling shows like WWE should look like. So seeing it it's the best shit. It's so cool. Like an MMA fight or like a private like a boxing or whatever thing. That's fun with an audience who cares.
Yeah.
But WWE and wrestling shit is all about audience interaction and participation. So when it's not there, it's a fascinating angle that's taken away. It's so cool.
It's kind of.
I don't even like wrestling in the modern day,
sta-
like American wise, but it's just it's
well, it's
how
like
do you
a
write around
stand-up
that?
without an audience.
Yes,
It's like
it's
stand
also
up
like that.
without an audience.
Telling
Which,
jokes
by the
with
way,
no one to laugh.
Which, by the way, is why Maria Bamford is one of my favorite comedians of all time.
Well, that's what makes Twitch
I gotta
interesting
stop.
for people. Twitch is an audience, but you can't hear them.
Yeah.
You're performing for nobody, but also
Uh,
everybody.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say that doesn't matter. I was gonna say I gotta stop. Like, I used to say like, oh, he's one of my favorite female comedians. I want us to start saying comedian.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that doesn't. It's getting stupid to, whatever.
It always has been
Maria-
stupid.
I
My
bring it up
favorite
all-
female rapper. Do you mean rapper? It's that issue.
It's ridiculous.
My favorite
will-
my favorite black person who also is in a black metal band. Like, why can't you just say like they're your favorite person?
I will say that like I still feel like I need to do that with like Anais Mitchell has one of my favorite female voices, like for a singer.
That's different though.
Just because it's a little okay. Anyways, Maria Bamford has I think 2 specials at this point where she has no audience / minimal audience. One of them she performed in front of her parents. The other one she performed no one, just the film crew. And it's wild. And she's great because she can do it and it works and it's weird. And like you were saying, it's like a weird art film you're watching where you're like, this isn't. There's something about this. Like it's still hitting the same beats that like a normal
but it's not
production
quite
would.
in our same reality.
No, it's weird. It's yeah.
It's three angles off of ours. I love that kind of shit.
So now we're 20 minutes in. We're 20 minutes in now. Let me finish my apology for not uploading last week's episode because we recorded it. However, I was too dead, and I think we ended it after like 30 minutes, and I was like, "This is shit. I'm not uploading this." We barely got to anything. Like, imagine if we stopped the podcast now and then uploaded this. Like,
you should have uploaded someone else's podcast and cut an hour of it out and then put that up as ours.
Yeah. It was just ramblings of nothing, and we didn't get to anything, and I was just too tired. I hated it. I ended up missing Mondays. This most recent Monday's stream too because I was too tired. So that's hopefully gonna be fixed. I'm gonna not kill myself after overwork anymore.
Did you give yourself your 40 lashings that you were required by the Holy Church?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
That shit's so crazy that people really did that.
Yeah,
so I've been catching up with the Castlevania show that's on Netflix because I waited on it for a while because I'm like the breaks in between seasons are going to kill me because I like the show so much. But there's a guy whose main weapon is it's that weird leather with the spikes on it. He fights with it. He also hits himself with it. And it's fucked up that was a real thing that people used. He hits himself because he hates his human body and also because he was a gay.
I've never
or might still be.
I don't know why. Okay. I have to. I ugged for that because I got upset. Like, shit. Why did I start explaining myself for that one?
I don't know, man. I don't know where you're going with this, and I'm pretty scared.
I know.
I'm scared to be angry. It's more like I don't know how to explain this. Is it because I said it? Is it because I said it with no context on why that's kind of a relevant detail in his character arc?
No. Or it's
because I called him a gay and that you're offended by that.
No. It's more of just
he's also a black man.
I felt upset that I legit got the emotion of just oh, that sucks that he's gay and he feels like he has to.
Well, that does suck. That's a part of his character. Well, at least for a little bit of it.
I know, but the reason I had to
it's a shame that he's gay. He should be like me. Is that what the mental thought went to, you fucking crazy man?
No, but I wish.
You wish, huh?
That'd be funny. That'd be fucking hilarious. No, the reason I had to stop is because you know me, and I know me, and people listening might know me, that my sense of humor could have, I think, went a different way, and I wanted to explain that that's not what that was.
Man, that joke setup is because I'm thinking of this joke setup of how they have people have YouTube videos of coming out to their parents or whatever. It's always very emotional and very sweet to see it happen when they accept them or whatever.
Yeah.
Instead of the bad version which we
stuff.
Don't ever see because it's fucked up.
Yeah.
I love the idea of because I've heard the funny version of it. 2 versions I've seen is I came up to my mom and said she was gay and she was like, yeah, I know, shut up, go eat your breakfast, I don't care. Which I always kind of love that one because it's so accepting in a really stupid way. Mm-hmm. But I love the idea of you come up to your best friend and they're like, I'm sorry. And then they just walk out. They say nothing else.
That's really funny.
That first one reminds me of that. It's so mean spirited that it makes me laugh.
Yeah, that first one reminds me of
an office joke.
Great Tom Sweeney and Chris Reagan moment of Chris Reagan going to Tom Sweeney just Sweeney, what do you think of the gays? And Sweeney's just I hate them because they're normal like me.
That's good. That's really good. That's really, really good. That's 3 different jokes in one because one hits you wait, that's fucked up. Wait, no, it's not. Wait, that's really good. It's really solid.
Yeah, Tom Sweeney is going to be making a YouTube channel and hopefully making
Tom
content
Sweeney and the swollen penis.
The
Harry Potter book.
On their podcast, they have they have a Patreon and a certain tier. They read their names out on at the end of the episode. And but what's fun about Patreon is you can name yourself literally anything.
Anything.
And so when they read it out, they're all of the people's names are just references to the like either references to them or just the most vile shit, and it's really fun to listen to them read it off.
But
Like,
they're broken up in really
good
in
one is,
ways
like,
that it won't get censored on Patreon, kind of thing.
oh,
Like putting
no,
their name as Hugh G and then Rection as their last name, stuff like that. But worse.
Yeah, probably. You know, like so, like anytime they do Tom Sweeney, it's always good. Tom Sweeney and this Magic Weenie is one of my favorites.
It's the new Harry Potter sequel.
Tom Sweeney makes me mad too, just because he's like you, someone who's just too good, like funny and creatively minded, and just would like I feel like someone who would make good shit but refuses to.
I'm not funny, and
it's like fuck you.
The difference, I guess, with him and with me would be, we don't think we're funny. We just like to make people laugh. That's a different thing.
100%. Yeah,
I don't live to entertain
with him,
and to dance for you like the monkey in the funny hat, like Abu from Aladdin.
Yeah. I think that's the same thing with him too. It's just like I just exist the way I am, and people laugh for some reason, and I don't know why. But whatever.
Maybe that's why I like outsider artists so much, because they just make shit and they don't care who likes it.
Yeah, I mean, this is why I like Ben so much.
Or artists who make stuff and then people like it, but they're like, I'm about to die or I'm dead. I'm like, oh, I guess you like it. That was cool. Whatever. I lived my life as a janitor. That was all right.
Yeah, those are my favorite like artists though.
I met one of those. I met that guy. I used to work with him. I hope he's doing okay. He was really talented, but he was just like, no, I do my job. I draw a lot, but that's just for me. And I'm like, thank you, someone else who exists in 20 whatever the year that was, that isn't doing stuff to just get attention for being good at something. You can be good at something and not do it to get approval from the human race.
Shout out
or for
to
those
Ben
valuable hearts on the social medias.
Shout out to Ben all the times, because Ben has been like super big inspiration of just someone who just like, I'm going to dedicate my entire life to my craft and not care if anyone pays it. Like, yep.
Wait, would Ben play Minecraft if you asked him?
Ben did for a while.
Wait, really? That was a joke.
We had a server. Dude, okay, so there was a server called Doves and Crows, which was a reference to his fucking insane story for a while. He also fuck it, everyone. No, look on YouTube right now. Go type in BENN Minecraft song. Ben made a song.
He made a Minecraft
for
song?
Minecraft. He made a song He made a song inspired by Minecraft, and it's one of those things where you're like, this has no right to be as good as it is. Like, it legit, this is an abomination. How dare God allow something like this to be that good? Like, it's so frustrating.
Do you remember when Minecraft was coming back? Like, it was allowed to be cool again for not middle schoolers. I don't know why that stopped being that way, but when it came back like 2 years ago.
It's like that again right now.
Well, no, it's like it's carried forward. Did you see the resurgence as well? Not just for nostalgia for like people who did Minecraft as YouTube, but for those Captain Sparkle songs.
Yes, Try Our Ninja.
It's so fucking weird. It's such an exclusive, like you were here for it or you were not. It's a small window of time.
Dude, seeing references to Diamond Sword and Safety Torch.
Yeah, it's like, what the...
Safety Torch! Put it on your porch. Safety Torch!
Because like even back then, I didn't think they were cool or funny.
No, 100% not. I mean, I listened to them a lot because I liked Toby Turner back then before I knew he was a rapist, but...
allegedly, still.
Like...
As far as we
allegedly,
know.
But you know. Yeah, but you know.
I know. I say with a loud sigh.
I know. Yeah. Oh, man, I miss the internet.
Because the
internet, one of the greatest. I don't know.
That's not a joke. People legitimately love that album a lot. I don't, but
you do. Wait, I thought you did.
No.
Oh, you like what that? I thought you liked the story of it. What
no, that's the part I hate the most. Is the script he made for it. Like, that's stupid. Oh, I read it and it wasn't. Why
did I feel like you?
Oh, all right. Oh. There are some songs there that I like a lot, but no, not even.
Isn't new season Atlanta ever happening? You think?
No, I don't think so.
Sad.
I think it's on purpose too.
That makes me very. Yeah, I get it.
I love. I think the idea is that he wrote the season out with the people that work on it, and they went, "Dude, you know what'd be really funny? If we just didn't make it." And they went, "Yeah, that'd be really funny." And then they're just gonna make a movie now of like something else entirely.
Oh, I believe it.
And that idea like makes me smile.
What's the? I always forget the director's name. The Asian dude.
Oh, racist.
There
are at least 3 of them people know about in the States. You racist.
The one that did the fucking. I can't even think of the guy's name now.
I can't type it because I have loud keys.
Remember that horror episode that was based off the Michael Jackson shit?
Yeah, but why'd you say it like that?
The horror episode?
The horror.
Horror?
Like with a loud
I don't
O.
know.
Like a whore.
Because I want people...
Like
I don't
liqueur.
know. That's how I spell. That's how I spell, but with my mouth.
That's linguistics in a nutshell. Spelling with your face hole. Fuck all that college shit and studying.
Spell. My friend and I on my Discord try to come up with like how to like just destroy a career by like describing it in the worst way possible, but like a very accurate way. Like mine, like audio engineering, is like learning how to change volume. Good.
You're just fucking with the volume
so
slider. That's all you're doing.
Yeah, and so linguistics is spelling with your mouth or whatever it was. I don't remember. Anyways, I want that guy, that director guy, to work with Jordan Peele and like tamper Jordan Peele's ideas a little bit
To make a movie that like makes sense if you weren't around for the thing he's talking about.
Yeah, because
That ruined his last movie for me a lot.
Oh, dude, I like Get Out. I like Us. Dude, Us had so many cool ideas that just like someone needed to be there to tell Jordan Peele just like, hey,
can someone in the movie
explain
what one of these at least is? Like what it's based on?
Yeah, just do one of these ideas.
Because I'm a young lad. I had no idea what Hands Across America is.
Like, I knew that. Like, because I knew that. But whatever. Like, regardless of me knowing that or not, like, there is other cool shit there. You know, they had underground.
Yeah. There's weird shit in the movie that isn't related to that. But like the main crux of like the narrative, whatever that is of that movie, is based on like the Hands Across America metaphors, whatever. But guess what? If you're either too young or you're not like not even North American, if you're not American, you don't know what that is. It's lost on you. And a lot of the movie, even though I think even with that knowledge known, it's still like it's okay overall. It's lost on you completely. Like it's a net loss.
I knew that knowledge. I knew that knowledge beforehand. And going into his movies, it feels, and now that watching Us, I think clarified more of why I had issues with Get Out, and I didn't know it at first, and now I watch Us and kind of got it. So like, this man is great. He has a great creative mind. I can't wait to see more content from him like this. But
he likes the good shit. Someone needs to
tell him to calm down. Yeah, but someone needs to tell him to calm down. Just do one idea at a time. He should honestly do like a show or something where he can do these types of
call like Key and maybe get his friend Peele to show up too.
That'd be really neat.
They could put it on Comedy Central, get a bunch of clips on YouTube, it'd be great.
Dude, there's someone at work today, or there's someone at work at my job at my work, who doesn't know who Dave Chappelle is.
That's sensible. Yeah, he was gone forever.
And I mean, I didn't.
He was gone. I said, remember, when we got into him, he was gone from the earth.
What do you mean when we got it?
Like when we were like watching him, actually, he was gone from this earth as a pop culture icon. He left.
I guess so, yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah.
He was big when we were were like maybe young kids. I love the Dave Chappelle show a lot, even though some of the bits are like they age kind of poorly because they're just kind of in bad taste, so it's not that funny anymore. A lot of it's still pretty funny.
Yeah.
But it's like that was big in like 2003, like when it first came out. Like it was a long time ago. He's an old man.
You're right,
especially for comedy.
Yeah, and he's
an old man for comedy as someone who doesn't write for comedy shows. Like as a stand-up guy, he's really old. Yeah. He's not like a Lewis Black who's just been around entertainment forever.
Lewis Black is someone that I'd like. If someone said they don't know who that is, I'd be like, that makes sense.
Yeah, like he's been around, but I would get if you don't know who he is.
Bob Odenkirk is another one that kind of makes sense.
But he's also
just like, oh yeah, that's like.
Yeah, no one talks about like, the guy unless you're into comedy.
That's it. Yeah, like those like insider people.
Wasn't he also the voice of like the insult the insult comic dog? Wasn't that him too? Comedy Central? Wasn't that Bob Odenkirk?
Bob, I believe Bob Odenkirk was like one of those guys who just was like, you just go through his like IMDb page and you're just like, oh shit, this guy was like in everything. This guy was super important.
He's like the voice actor. He's like the voice actor of actors.
Just actor, yeah, it's character actor kind of guy.
No one gives a fuck about voice actors, even comedy. The big ones.
No, no one knows what Billy West is.
You got Troy Baker, Nolan North, Laura Bailey, and then for most people, even if they know voice actors, it stops right there.
What's the guy?
Maybe John DiMaggio guy? If they were a bit older. Wait,
what? He does Critical Role now, pretty much only. What's his name?
I know him as McCree now, which is fucked up. But I know him as a bunch of other things.
Yeah,
he's actually still does a lot of voice acting, which is cool. He's a good voice actor.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I wouldn't say this people like that are just like, oh yeah, you're in a lot of stuff and you're really good. You know, Aaron Hansen, also great voice actor, well respected.
He used to be. He also used to be a better person too.
I did whatever.
I'm still really, really wounded about him just fucking over and turning his back on everyone who made him big on Newgrounds.
Yeah,
that stuff like really burns me personally. Because I was there, man. All those people are like cool people. They're working on cool stuff. Did you see the new Adult Swim thing that Psychic Pebbles made, Smiling Friends?
I need to. I haven't.
It's really funny.
I need to. It's one of those things where it's just like I'm so glad that exists. Like I haven't watched it yet, but
I hope it gets picked up. Not that I really hope it does.
Yeah, not that I don't need to, but it's one of those things. It's like, oh man, this is so cool to see like these people just get kind of respected a little bit.
And I saw them working on it for like 2 years now. I've been watching their streams and them talking about it. They've been working on it for a long time.
Yeah, good stuff. Good on them.
So happy.
Good for them. Yeah, no, Aaron's cool. Let's talk about anything else. So okay,
talk about anything for views.
I'm down.
I don't. He scares me.
Okay, what would you do if he was just in your house right now?
I tell him to leave because he probably smells. It's hot. He probably stinks.
Way he doesn't. There's no way he doesn't smell.
I would ask him. I would ask him to see the PewDiePie tattoo, and then I would tell him to get out.
Oh, 100%. And yeah, fair.
I just want to see
Last of Us 2 exists, and Last of Us 2 exists and will exist sooner than we want. I was gonna say than we think, but
yeah, no, that's correct.
That's not the right word.
At least for me and you.
yeah. What can we talk about without? Okay, we're not.
Well, let's start with the story. It was what?
Okay.
Probably sometime last week. There was a leak, which no one at the time was quite sure of who leaked it. It is essentially the story beat script of the game, and a lot of major cutscenes have leaked out onto the internet as of last week or Last of Us 2.
Yeah, one of the probably most important cutscenes in the game, which I
multiple parts of the entire the whole script of the game is out from what I understand, and multiple basically from what I understand, multiple twists of the story, not even just like the big one that's been going around, but like other ones as well have also been out there. They're just been floating around out there.
There's about 2 twists that happen, and I believe both cutscenes are.
I've heard about 3, but I don't know the details of more than 2 of them.
I'm not going to say anything more than what I said.
Because if people want to avoid it, it is a big game. People looking forward to it. I'm not quite sure because I think it was more coincidence that when those leaks were coming out, they announced that it was coming out on June 19th because it had been delayed multiple times, not just due to COVID, but just due to. Well, for one, there's also been the talks of the really. There's been talks of the really bad crunch on Naughty Dog the past 2 months. The past 2 years. I feel like we should actually talk about.
We should actually talk about the beginning of the story first, because
that is the beginning of the story, at least for this.
I would say the beginning of the story for The Last of Us 2 in general, just like it came out that it seemed like shitty work environment for Naughty Dog making this game. Like
There's been talks about it since before then as well. There's been allegations going back years now.
Yeah, years, but especially with Last of Us 2, it seemed to be
really bad the past few months.
No, there's something about this game that is fucking people. And then coming more out about how like there wasn't a singular, and this is something that I saw recently, like there wasn't a singular like director vision, I believe, for this. Like it was I talked about it a little bit on the stream too, where it was what's it called? They did the thing where just like different departments can have different ideas of what they wanted to do, and there was no like the main director, what's his name? I can't think of his name. But he was just kind of like, sure, like I'll let everyone kind of pitch in ideas and we'll do all of them and not have a unifying like let's do my, he didn't manage direct like he should have. That's another thing.
Is that the talks? Is that just the guesses from people? I've seen nothing about that
from people.
Yeah, I haven't seen any like talks about that from people inside or supposed leaks on the inside.
I've seen multiple things of that from the same places that I've seen the other leaks. So I assume they were true. They might not be, but I assume they were true just because they were tied into the other shit, and it seems like that would have made sense based off of the things that I've seen. Because I've spoiled this pretty much all for myself. Like all the leaks that came out, I pretty much looked to all of them. Andres hasn't really. He tried to avoid them, it seems, but some of them got through.
Because I didn't know about the leak story until I saw at least one. I was like, oh, there's leaks out for this game. That's crazy. It's so close to the game coming out too.
Yeah, and so I just assumed that like that was true just because it came out with those. But
because as of this morning, there are talks now that Sony has confirmed that they have figured out who actually leaked The Last of Us 2 spoilers.
Oh no!
And the interesting thing about it is that it is not affiliated with anyone at Naughty Dog or SIE or Sony, internally.
Oh.
Because there was the other part of the story that I was wondering about if I want to talk about. There was some rumors and milling about that the person who leaked it was a disgruntled employee.
That's what everyone. That's what the headlines were.
That was like I said. That's why I'm like a lot of these things sound
leaks.
like guesses because it's confirmed as of today. It's no one internal. Because the argument was, well, there was a whole span of arguments on it. But the main thing that I thought about that started making sense to me is if they did work with the company and they wanted to leak out something because of disgruntled issues with the company, that's not really the way that they would usually, or I guess intelligently, go about it by just throwing it out there randomly on the internet or just leaking story details. Because
why not?
Well, for one, if it's internal, they're going to find out who it is. This always happens. If you work within the company, they will find who you are. There are many systems in place to find these people.
Think of the biggest. I mean, think of like the biggest game studios. Hundreds of employees. That's still not that many people. Like that. It's. You don't have access.
They're presumably when they were working at the studio, the computers are all on the same network. They can just look at network traffic and data. They're working at home. They can tell what computers lead to what files and go to where under secure connections. They're going to find you. Like, you've talked about how like Apple does leak, but it's really rare. And when they do, they're really close to release. And they always find out like the next 12 hours who it was.
Yeah, Apple leaks are always like, some like tester.
Someone got the dimensions.
Left his phone at the bar. Yeah, so someone left his phone at the bar, like that. That's
or someone was
like a week before,
or someone peeked their head over like a metro and they were looking at somebody's laptop. Or it's like like leaks in the modern day they happen, but for bigger companies, bigger games, they're gonna be found out who it was. So they're already risking like their job alone by doing that. And while people might say like, well, that's worth it because they want to make a statement, I don't think that's the case. That sounds like it's counterproductive to their cause and what they want to do. And two.
Well,
I believe like if it was someone internally, I assume at some point they loved and like most people working, especially people working games in the modern day in big studios, they're kind of insane and they really love what they do. The conditions are dog shit, even for people who work at big companies like Sony and Naughty Dog. Like they're not dog shit as in like
almost anything.
They're working like in the sun. Like no, it's the conditions are dog shit for the work they put in and the time they put in. That's what I mean when I say that. To clarify. So this person, if it was
abuse,
and if it was internal, they probably loved what they did. Why would they purposefully sabotage the work of their coworkers / possibly friends on this project? It makes no sense to me.
Well, I guess, and
as confirmed as of today, that's not true. It's not someone inside.
Yeah,
like I suspected. That doesn't make any sense. It's too many things like that doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that? And if they did do it, why wouldn't they name themselves? Why would they just put it on the internet and not go to the internet and the press and give like a big statement on it?
I could make some because I disagree with a little bit on your reasonings, but it doesn't matter because it's not true. So who cares?
It's also because I've watched leak stories since like I was 10. I've watched this stuff go down. And see people by name get fired and called out. People might forget like the last like the biggest story I remember about like crunch and leaks was before the first Rockstar stuff. Was do you remember? It was way back. Do you remember the Wives of Rockstar statement that happened for GTA 4 and Red Dead 1?
I remember.
Where it was a bunch of spouses and wives of Rockstar employees yelling at the public and at Rockstar publicly about that they don't see their husbands anymore.
Yeah, I remember when that happened.
And that was forever ago. And that was a public statement on purpose because they knew probably that because Rockstar was even more insane back then. And there's been talks about with GTA 6 going forward, supposedly.
Yeah,
it's GTA 6. They are trying to not do that anymore because they got way too much heat. And they probably want the talent that they have to stay and not leave to somewhere else.
Yeah, because say what you want about Rockstar games, those are consistent quality, like in terms of like...
There is a consistent quality to all of them.
They have talented people working on there. They don't want to get rid of those people because fuck.
And a lot of those people do love working there, but fuck, man.
Yeah. This is one of the reasons why I haven't tried to learn more about like how to get into like audio, or this is why I haven't like tried to like pursue like video game audio shit.
What about indie developers? They don't have this kind of shit.
Maybe, but it's one of those things where like what's gonna happen is I'll start doing indie shit and then want to like pursue like a lot of things in entertainment I'm learning is that like you start going down a path and that opens doors related to that path. Like for me with podcast shit is like I answered a Reddit post and now I'm like helping a record label with their you know what I mean? Like it's you open a door and it often leads to similar things. And so I don't want to, and then it's one of those things that I'm not going to say no, you know? Like if I end up working with indie shit and then get more and more and then end up fucking at some other big company, like I'm not going to say no to an opportunity, but I could also fuck myself doing it. So you gotta, I just don't want to be
you
in that
don't,
situation. There's
are you
so
saying
many,
you don't want to understand the horrors of entertainment in a close way until you actually get there yourself and decide that you're ready for it? Is that what this is?
Not, yes, but specifically for this one, I guess. There's other horrors. There's other entertainment horror that I think I can manage. This is one that I don't think I could.
Because video games are a fucking nightmare in studios.
Yeah, that's why. There's nightmares in other places. Obviously, you know that the music industry has its own whole set of problems. But
film, television, even YouTube.
Yeah, they all. Yeah, exactly. But there's so many of those that I'd rather do than video games. And I love video games.
Live shows.
But I love video games, but that's not something...
Shoots.
I don't think... Yeah, that's not a passion enough, I think, to warrant...
You don't want to be a gaffer?
In that one.
You want to be a fluffer?
Great, yeah, man.
You live in a good state for it.
Yeah. All right. So what else with Last of Us, then? Is that it?
Well, I guess I can add one more thing, that it was not one person, it was confirmed that it was multiple people.
Interesting. Do we know what it was or what it could be?
No, this is like the statement they gave out like this morning.
Okay, I'm wondering
and then Sony looked at the camera and went, I guess that'll be, and then they turned to the camera, The Last of Them Part 2 coming out June 19th.
Fuck. By the way,
game that I never wanted to exist, but this is a fucking bummer for the people who worked on it. To have their shit just because the worst thing about spoilers for games, besides the fact that people don't want to know because they just want to play it fresh, is that those things were designed by people to be a surprise by the team. They spent all that time to do it. Yeah, it's always a fucking bummer for people who make it and stuff gets leaked out.
Yeah,
because it's what always happens when leaks come out, whether people are like looking forward to a game or people are like kind of trepidatious on it, is that spoilers always make the game look worse than it is out of context.
Oh, 100%.
Even if it's like a bad thing or not, because they're always put out there in the most like bullet point, no context, no build up, no nothing, it makes it look 1,000 times worse. And then you get all of the internet fire and flame for no reason. At least at the time.
This is what's nice about the video that I watched about the leaks. The guy was very adamant. He was saying like he was someone who's like he was like I think he said he's never played the first game. He was just reading out what the leaks were. Like he was just I have no loyalty to the series or to Naughty Dog really. I'm just saying what these are. And so he kept saying that like whatever these leaks are, like I can see why people would be upset, and if the game doesn't have like really good reasons to warrant these things, then I can see why this would suck. But we don't know those reasons, so
and most twists in any story sound really terrible when you just put them as bullet points.
Yeah,
even in really good stories.
Yeah, this could be a Star Wars Episode 8. You know, it could be a terrible this is not good twists. Yeah. We're doing twists.
But no one knows. Twists. That's why I always hate this kind of shit when stuff leaks out.
Yeah. Fair.
Because people always assume the worst.
Yeah. Regardless,
or they paint their vision of already being negative by making everyone else try to be more negative on the game because they don't like it. So they go, see, I told this game was going to be dog shit. It's always that, and I hate those fucking people.
Yeah. I remember the hate on Last of Us 2 so long ago that I was trying for a long time, and a little bit more on this point too, but like
it's because it's the war of like with like Sony fanboys and people going, man, these things are just movies, bro, and like it's that like 10-year-old thing now.
Yeah, and I'm over here just like I like the adamant fan base. Nerds suck is what this is.
Fans are terrible.
Yeah,
fans of anything, of any hobby, sport, or interest or trade are terrible people. Well, they can be. And when they're the worst sports fan is as bad as the worst all other kinds of fan because they could become obsessive weirdos. Yes. They don't have a life outside of the thing they're a fan of, the fandom.
This is why I try to at least be uber nerd about multiple things. That way I'm not too tired. Like if I was just a Star Wars guy, I'd be so insufferable to not only the people around me but to myself. So at least I am trying to spread my brain to other things.
Expand your horizons. Get into leatherworking. I don't know.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not? I'm got at the fucking cocktail shit.
Let's go hand in hand.
Where I'll go next. Yeah.
Go hand in hand.
Leather.
Knife and cow leather.
Mm-hmm. All right. You had Nintendo thing.
Yeah. This has been reported, one, by a source, and then two, kind of more confirmed by own independent sources by Eurogamer.
Heard of it?
June time is around like E3, like announcement time, and we have been confirming for a while that, nothing at E3 that was going to happen is there anymore. Convention's off. And we were assuming that different companies would be having like, all right, we're going to have our conference around the same time, or we'll announce it when it's there. We've confirmed, kind of like a soft confirm, but probably in a few days we'll have a solid thing on whether it's true or not. Nintendo's not going to be hosting their direct event in June at all.
Did we know? Oh.
And according to Eurogamer source, that was updated like I think a day or so later after this source reported, was that Nintendo has told publishers set to reveal games during the showcase that they need more development time on their own first-party games. Which is kind of tying into rumors that we've been getting the past year or so, this year, that there's been talks that it's 35th anniversary of Mario, there's been talks that they're doing remasters of a bunch of those games. Or at least ports of those games, along with maybe a new one this year.
Yeah.
And potentially more talks on what the Metroid game looks like. It's a long shot, but it is an anniversary year for F-Zero. Yeah. Potentially maybe some new talks on the Zelda game.
I'm sorry. You gotta get off that F-Zero train. It's never happening.
Well, Fire Emblem had an anniversary this year, but it was just like, it's for the mobile game, it's fine. And it got a game last year, and people like it, so it's like, it's fine.
Yeah. Interesting. And we're due for another Mario something, right? Because we got the.
We're
Zelda
due for a new Nintendo anything. It's been
we are due for a new Nintendo anything. It's been a while.
It's like almost been 8 months since an actual Nintendo announcement of anything substantial.
Yeah, it's been.
The last thing they had was going, "Hey, Animal Crossing will come out. Here it is." And here's Fire Emblem Season Pass stuff, and like the Xenoblade Remaster thing is really cool. I am going to play that, but it's like it's been a dog shit year for Nintendo announcements in the past year.
It really has. It's been frustrating. It's nice because I've been saving money not buying Switch games. Like, them first of all not releasing it, not releasing anything, and then also not announcing shit. Like it's been, I can calm down, but also it's just like as someone who I adore the Switch like immensely, once all this is said and done, I could easily see myself saying this is my favorite console of all time. Like it's not a far stretched thing for me to say eventually here soon. And so I want more games for sure. I want Nintendo to fucking say like more shit would be nice.
Well, they haven't been saying anything to people in a long time. They've been really silent, and it's really strange. So we're kind of getting better with it. They just stopped.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's getting a little frustrating.
I blame.
It's like old Nintendo again, and not in a good way.
I blame Doug Bowser.
Doug Bowser. He was hard on way before all this shit went down.
I know. I know.
I don't blame him.
Other people blame. I hope there's not.
No.
Him, but I'm sure
it's people being mad with Nintendo because they're a company. You blame the company, not the people. Because it's a board of people. The board of directors, a board of people.
That's a reasonable.
It's more reasonable
thing to say.
Level of anger, that's variable, and according to you, what's fair to be angry at. But it's been real dumb.
Yeah.
Because other than Animal Crossing coming out and Xenoblade Remaster, Nintendo has nothing this year.
I guess also finishing
First party.
Super Mario Maker. Yeah.
That's just updates to a game that came out this time last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have nothing this year.
Kind of big.
Nothing going on.
It
is a ghost.
It's
a ghost town for Nintendo.
Yeah. I hope something comes out. Hopefully soon. I mean, if it won't be June, I don't know. Fuck, man. At that point,
because the alleged delays for if the Mario game remasters are true, it's probably being delayed because of the COVID stuff having to work from home.
Oh, probably.
Because they're not ready to show. And Nintendo loves and is good at polishing their first-party games to a mere sheen.
Yeah, I will say this: if that's all it is, if it's simply just a delay, of like, hey, we don't have time, we don't want to crunch, and we want
working
to
from home is
make
slower
this as good as possible.
for us. So
yeah, then I'm fine. I'm so on board with delay a game, delay announcements, delay shit if it's in the sake of making it better. I don't care. I'll wait. I don't. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't think it's ready, then it's not ready. But
now it's just a matter of waiting to see if it's true. Nintendo has said this is
that's
just
the thing, because
being silent.
and I'm still
People
new to
with them.
to Nintendo. I'm new to Nintendo, and it seems like they don't have the greatest track record for people trusting them always. So
No.
it could be that. It could best case scenario. It's that. It's this. They want to make it good. It could easily not be that. It could easily just be like, I don't know. We kind of gave up. We don't know what to do.
They're busy working on a port to the Animal Crossing board game that nobody wanted on the Wii U.
Yeah, here's our new mobile.
God, you weren't there for that. I kind of wish you could have seen how people felt when that was announced.
For what?
On the Wii U. Okay, because 3DS, had its Animal Crossing game. And then the Wii came out, like, we're like, all right, well, we're getting it's a brand new big console. Let's wait for the new, it's like a new Mario Kart, a new Mario game, a new Zelda game. Every console at least has one of those of their big franchises. Animal Crossing is one of the big franchises. They've had one on all their systems, except for the Game Boy Advance. You're like, all right, it's been a little while. This year's kind of dry for announcements. We're gonna get a new Animal Crossing. It's like we're gonna get it, and then there was like a weird app for the Wii U where it was the Mii Plaza but with Animal Crossing characters in HD. It was just like, oh, you can like talk about Animal Crossing in this app and about the characters, I guess, but that was it. And it was kind of strange. People were like, all right, that's kind of dumb and like a waste of time. But hey, look at all these HD models of all these villagers. That probably means we're gonna get an announcement for a game real soon. And then we got the music and they showed off a little town, and then 5 seconds later they cut to a dice being rolled. And then they start advertising the game, and it's like, hey, it's like a Mario Party kind of game, and you have to use Amiibo to roll the dice and to get characters. And then everyone's hearts exploded with sadness. Because at that point the Wii U was known to be kind of like this thing's gonna die in a year or two. Like they're probably gonna move on to something else. Or like re-release it in some like new marketing way. So it's like, this is what we get, huh? Like a really boring, bad party game. That was like a really dark year for Nintendo. Holy shit. That was a bad year.
That reminds me of like when they were like, y'all got phones for Diablo.
Oh no, that Blizzard party's been going on since like the second year of Overwatch coming out. Been like, what the fuck are you guys doing, Blizzard? It's been a slow build, but then that was like the crescendo of the party of like, man, what the fuck are they doing?
Y'all got phones is still one of my favorite things of all time. I've said it multiple times.
You all have, but it's getting a little old. Like people are kind of forgetting it, but people still remember it. You all have phones.
It's like the please clap Jeb thing where it's just like, it's old for sure.
But please clap is eternally funny forever. It's funny out of context.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
You'll have phones like a little too gamer.
A little bit, yeah. A little gamist.
The most oppressed race.
I like gamist. Yes.
Next to clowns.
All right. Do you want to talk about Final Fantasy VII?
You can if you want to. For now,
I haven't finished it. I haven't finished it yet. So it's one of those. And
are you going? Okay, all right, fuck all this then. Are you going to finish it?
Yes. Yeah, I'm playing it on stream, and I have nothing else to stream right now.
So sad.
If I had another game and I spent $60 in this game.
Okay, there we go.
If I had another game to stream, I could easily see myself stopping, but I'd feel shitty about it. That's on my own money that I spent. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm not enjoying myself most of the time.
And why is that?
I am enjoying myself. This game has wacky shit problems that I don't understand how I have. And again, I've tried to avoid reviews because I don't want to spoil the game too much and such. I have played the original, but I pretty much played what I played in the original is pretty much where this game will end, most likely. I played Midgard shit, and then a thing happened in the original. Redacted happened, and then I was like, oh, I was a kid, so I remember that happened. I was like, that sucks, and then I thought that game was over because I was a dumb kid.
Yeah, I've heard that before. People go like, ended. I guess the game's over now because all my XP and all my items and all my time, like, I guess I'm just done now. Fuck this.
Yeah, that's how I thought the game ended. I was like, this is shit. That was my
terrible game
experience fight of it. Yeah.
Well, like Final Fantasy 0 out of 10.
Yeah, I found out later that like, oh no, there's other shit, and then I looked at
like there's another like quarter of the game left.
And I looked at it and was like, oh, this is kind of neat. The other stuff is cool.
Cool.
Yeah. But okay, so fuck this game. Weird, small. Some things that like I feel like could be small nitpicks, but they don't feel like it when I'm playing. Like for some reason, when you move, your character is locked to like when you're like moving around the like what was originally kind of overworld shit, but you know you're just moving because the game is all kind of one thing.
It's all fully rendered instead of rendered backgrounds.
Yeah. For some reason, your move stick is like locked to like an 8-way grid, where you know like when you move like with the thumbstick, it should be continuous movement from whichever direction I go, but I can't. So if I want to go the direction between forward and slightly left, it won't let me. It locks to one of those positions, and that makes it really frustrating when the way to get into certain areas, for like ladders, for example. The way to get on a ladder is there's no button to press. You have to walk up to a ladder, specifically on the little arrow that it points at, and you have to walk onto it like straight, like head on, and go forward. But that doesn't always work when the ladder is slightly, you know, let's say off on one of those directions, and I have to move my control stick to that one place where it locks. If not, Cloud will just fuck off and move everywhere around the ladder. And I've been streaming this game, twitch.tv/Philstone, if you want to see me fuck around on a ladder. It's every single ladder takes forever to get on, to get on, because my character just won't get on. I can't press, like if I could just press a button to get on the ladder, that'd be great. But instead I have to be in the perfect position. And again, this on the surface I think might sound nitpicky, but when there's 1,000 ladders in the game, and like I have to, and same thing with like mantling over items or like debris and stuff, or like crouching under things. It's the same exact process where you have to like go into the little arrow. And that happens all the time, and like there's so many of those obstacles in the game, and I'm struggling on basic movement shit around, like just getting places, to the point where I have now stopped doing a lot of side quests because I just don't want to get to it. I'm not exploring as much as I'd like to, because I was like, maybe there's a materia up there. I don't want to have to fuck around with a ladder for 30 seconds. Like, I don't care that much. I'd rather not. It's taking me out of it completely. So that's one thing. Combat. I like the combat a lot when it works, and it's great. And sometimes it's a good time. And it took me a little bit to, I think, get what the game wanted. One of the things with the combat is you can switch between all the characters. So you start as Cloud, and then you let's say you have like Tifa and Barrett in your party or something, and you can press up and down on the D-pad to switch between the characters, and you get to control them. Two things I have with that is the camera, when I do that, completely resets to face forward from whatever that character is facing, and so it really throws me off when I can see Tifa facing a different direction to my left, but Cloud, like let's say Tifa's facing right and I'm facing forward and Tifa's to my left. As soon as I switch over to Tifa, it then switches the camera and I'm no longer facing the enemy I want to be facing, because in my perspective, originally I was facing a different person and now I'm facing someone else. And it's really frustrating when trying to lock onto an enemy alone is frustrating. It never seems to want to lock onto the closest enemy. I don't know. I don't understand, because you press the right stick to lock onto an enemy, which matters a lot in this game because just the way the combat works, you kind of want to lock onto an enemy. It feels like it, at least. I don't know how you would do combat otherwise.
There's no soft lock?
There are. Wait, what do you mean soft lock?
As in, you will be locked on an enemy, but you're not hard locked to it. Like, it will change if it gets too close.
No. There's either you lock onto an enemy and then you have to manually switch between the rest, or just unlock. I think you can set it to where when an enemy dies, it'll automatically lock onto its closest enemy. That's a setting you can have on. There are a lot of camera settings that I like, but I've messed with them for so much, and I haven't figured out a combination that I like yet. So I don't know if there is one for me. Maybe there is. Maybe I don't have the combination set in the settings. But it shouldn't take this long to get the camera to work for me when I'm 25 hours in the game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand if maybe it had like it to me if I press the right stick, what that should mean, and I'm facing an enemy, right? Let's say there's an enemy in front of me and there's another enemy behind it. if I press the right stick to lock onto an enemy, in my head it should lock onto the closest one. Does that make sense to you? That makes sense to me. And it doesn't always do that, and I haven't been able to figure out why. It could be how strong that enemy is. Maybe it's locking onto the stronger enemy first and then the weaker ones after, or vice versa. I need to maybe play with it more. Regardless, that shouldn't be how that works, in my opinion. It should just simply be lock onto the enemy I'm facing and that's closest to me, if they're, So that's a camera thing. What else? There was another thing about combat that I thought was frustrating, and I can't think of it right now. Oh, this is more of just I think this is an issue with, because I think I always had this with Final Fantasy games. I don't mind it because I played enough Final Fantasy to know that I don't like this in any of them, but it's not enough to make me not play one. Where you get to a boss, let's say, and the boss is weak against wind, and you don't have wind, you don't have a wind materia set, and you're just stuck there for that fight, having to deal with that fact. That's something that's frustrating because
that's just RPGs. It's not Final Fantasy. That's just RPGs.
Yeah, it's an RPG thing. One of the things that is frustrating in this game though is that and a lot of games do this too, where I'm on record. I hate invulnerability states in for any boss encounter, for any enemy encounter ever.
It stops you from just using the same thing the whole game.
It's fine, but I get why they exist.
To make you press other things in your menu. Yeah, to make you change how you play. Make you forced to learn new strategies. That's the whole point of it. Yeah, which is totally fine if I'm. I don't know. I've never liked them. I've never liked them in games. It feels. I don't like it when a game stops me from doing a thing. I want and I get use new strategies. That's fine. But if I have a strategy that I like to be able to use it. Not every strategy should work in every situation. I am aware of this. Just the specific invulnerability thing where it's just let's say I have to just wait for an enemy to stop spinning. That might be the wires in your brain crossing from the fact that this is an action RPG and you like the action part, not the RPG part.
I think and it's funny because I do like the turn-based RPG. You might be right about this. This actually might be fundamentally why I have issues with the combat, where I like the mix of this action / turn-based sometimes, but not really turn-based. More like if you set a command, you
can turn it to be more turn-based, right? Isn't there an option to play it slower? I saw that all over when the game was being demoed.
Yeah. The way the game works is if you're doing the normal way, this new combat system, where you start out just doing the real-time action situation, and you have to fill up a bar. I think it's the ATB.
Yeah, ATB.
To be able to
Final Fantasy games. Yeah, ATB.
Yeah. To be able to use your turn-based shit. So if you want to pause combat, you have to fill up that bar. And so, but my issue with that is that let's say there's an enemy I'm fighting that's weak again, or that's invulnerable to physical attacks, and I have only physical attack characters in my party. Let's say I have Tifa, Barrett, and Cloud, and there's an enemy that's invulnerable to physical attacks. I can't fill up that ATB in time without just taking massive. I can block, and then when you block, your ATB gauge fills up more. But that's me I'm still taking damage when you block. So I have to just sit there and just take a bunch of hits until my ATB's filled enough for me to use an attack that enemy's weak against. This is one of the reasons I hate the invulnerability state shit, where it's just
you played FF7, right?
Yes. As a kid.
Yeah, but you don't remember the fact that the game teaches you, this game is trying to teach you too, that you give your physical characters magic materia in case they can't do physical damage. It happens all the time. That's normal.
No, that's fine. I'm okay with
that. That's why I'm confused.
You literally, if I have a party that, if the ATB far isn't filled, you literally can't, Cloud literally can't use magic until his ATB is filled. He can only use physical attacks. You can only press square or triangle until your ATB is filled.
So the strategy then is to make you attack and dodge a lot. So
but you can't attack if an enemy's invulnerable.
But it still gives you ATB.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I know what's bothering you. You want to see the numbers go up because you're still attacking it. It being invulnerable makes you feel like you're wasting your time.
Well, Well, but when you attack an invulnerable enemy, like some enemy, there's an enemy that like spins around, and if you attack that when it's spinning a invulnerable state, it hurts you. So I'll lose sure the ATB gauge will fill up, and I'm taking damage, a lot of it, and it also staggers you. And so one of the things with the most invulnerable enemies is when you go to attack with an attack that it's invulnerable against, it either reflects off and hits you back, or will stagger you completely. Like if I hit a physical attack with an enemy that's invulnerable to physical attacks, a lot of times I'll just be pushed back onto my butt, and I'll just fall, and I have to get back up, and then I could keep doing that and spamming that, but then I'm just hitting and then falling and hitting and falling.
No, it sounds like you're missing something, or I need to touch it myself. It sounds like you're missing a mechanic of the game that you're not doing.
No, I might be.
That's what it really sounds like.
It feels like it definitely feels like there's a disc, and it's funny because and it really is only when that happens in vulnerable state enemies. When that's not look, there are so many situations where I'm doing like fighting and like boss, like a lot of boss battles, like a lot of like singular boss with just one like cloud against one person. Those are fun as fuck. Like learning how when to dodge and which attacks to use. It's like that stuff is really fun. I tend to have most issues with when I have groups and I have to control the group of characters. I've learned. Remember how I was talking about? I have issues with the camera when you're switching between characters. I have learned to just use you can use L2 and R2 to give commands to your characters. When the ATB is full, you can use their commands
instead of manually switching and doing it yourself.
So I just do that instead. But it sucks because a lot of times it's like I kind of want to control Aerith. Like I want to move her around, but I can't.
Yeah, that sounds like a mine. That one sounds like a you problem. Nothing wrong with that. That sounds like a you personal.
No, a lot of what I've said, pretty much most of what I said here is me problem. Like,
well, that invulnerable stuff. That's what I don't know on that one. I can't tell.
Yeah, it could be me, and it could be me, especially because I'm already biased against invulnerable shit. Like I don't know a single game that I can think of at the top of my head that I like the invulnerable states. I'm sure they exist.
What about if you get invulnerable states? You like those?
I'm down. No.
You don't like the star
really.
in Mario?
Sure. And Mario's fun.
I love how you said "sure" in the most dismissive tone possible.
I really did, huh?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
it's just funny.
There is. Yeah, it could be easily biasing it, but regardless if it's my bias, that's still how it's my truth. It's how I'm interpreting. It's how I'm experiencing this game, and my fun factor is not my fun meter is not being filled.
You should say that's my opinion very angrily.
Yeah, but that's just a game theory.
That's just an opinion, a game opinion.
Yes, exactly.
Excuse me while I send the tail to the Pope.
If you're playing this game and you love it and you don't understand what the hell I'm talking about, and you're just like, this person's stupid, he doesn't understand RPGs, it sounds like, or action games, or the mix of the two, then you could be right, and I suck at video games. Whatever. I
always gave Tifa fire, and I gave Barrett ice.
Fair.
Because in my brain, she wasn't shooting fire, she was punching with fire fists.
That makes sense.
Oh, and also I gave Barrett thunder because he's like is the man with the rope with the machine arm.
Yep.
I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense in my brain.
Yep. I gave Barrett thunder also.
And Barrett's he's such a good party member though.
Yeah.
I don't hate him in the original game, but he's so good that I keep him around a lot. It was always me, Tifa, and Barrett against the world for a while until you get the other party members.
Can you switch out party members?
You have to.
That was a thing in the original, right?
Because Red 13 exists in this game too.
Now, unless if maybe I'm not. I seem to not be there.
In the old game, you can only have 3 members in your party, and you switch them at save. I think you can switch them anytime on the field. It's like in a menu.
I can't now, unless if that's an option that comes later.
Maybe you haven't unlocked it.
Yeah, I'm 20 hours, and again,
Wait, does that game have save points or sanctuaries? Because it might be in there.
No, this game is fairly.
Do you have Aerith already?
I do have Aerith.
And that's where either they're letting you have 4 party members and you don't notice that, or you don't know.
I definitely don't have 4. I could easily be.
Because maybe they change it because I have not played the remake, but you have everyone up until Midgar is over. You even get an extra boy near the end, and I think he's cool.
I haven't been able to manually switch out party members.
Maybe not letting you switch out until a certain part of the story is over.
I could easily be not there yet, and if I'm not there, I can see why I wouldn't be there yet, and I could be close.
Because where are you at in the store, like area wise?
Oh man, I just beat. What have I done? I did the cross dress stuff, which was great.
I don't want to be spoiled, and I need to see it so badly.
Oh, it's
but
so
fucking. But it's so many years.
Oh, you don't want to be spoiled, so I won't. But there's that level, like that part is fucking hilarious. Like that, everything about that, like that entire sequence of everything that happens there is so glorious.
Okay, I need to know one thing about the Honeybee Inn and all that stuff. Well, for one, is Honeybee Inn still there?
Yeah.
Okay, are the muscular men still there?
No.
Fuck, that sucks. That stinks. Are the politicians who work for Shinra still there?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool enough then that they left that in.
Yeah.
I've already seen the dresses for Tifa and Aerith. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I can see those are fine. They look nice, but I don't care.
Yeah. But I finished that full section, which I beat the house.
I saw that picture and I'm very upset about that. It looks too normal. I know why they had to do it, but I'm still really mad about it in a non-justifiable way. Yeah, Hell House is stupid and a terrible enemy, but I love how stupid it is.
Oh, and then I did this ghost side mission thing. That wasn't a side mission. It was just like
that's new. That's not
be a ghost hunter.
Okay, so you're past. Have you been to the sewers yet? Yeah, that's where. Yeah, I did. So you're a decent way in from what I remember from the old game. Yeah, you've not gone to the Shinra HQ yet. That's like the last probably third of the game.
That's what I'm saying. Is like I still haven't been.
I'm
at that point.
That tower is so long in the old game. It's at least like I think 2 hours.
That's why I'm like, I haven't been able to manually switch out characters. That's why I'm wondering if I can at all. But the story wouldn't make sense if I could yet. So I don't. Maybe that's why.
Maybe when you meet up with the lads again in the old town.
One thing that's what I'm thinking. I think I have to meet up with everyone and then.
The fuck is the name of the resistance called? Get their name.
I don't know. I don't care. One thing that's also frustrating, and enemies that like you can. So there are flying enemies, and you can like Cloud can jump up in the air and hit them, but it's very slow and it's not very productive and
Barrett has a gun.
But I currently don't have Barrett in my party, and there's too many flying enemies. And it's another one of those things where it's like,
what about the thunder ability that would knock him out of the air?
Wind does that, not thunder.
Oh, it's wind this time.
Yeah.
In RPGs, it's always like, what do you use for flying? It's either wind or thunder, or if you're weird, sometimes ice.
Yeah. I don't know. It could easily be I no longer like these games, but I think you're right about my brain isn't connecting the two parts of this game.
Remake of an RPG.
No. I'm not the combat specifically. I don't think my brain is quite. The wires aren't crossing nicely between real-time action and turn-based like RPG mechanics
to do stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a really cool idea, and I remember when I played the demo, I was like, "This is I bought the game because I liked the demo combat so much, but I don't think that was enough time to really sink into whether or not I'd like it. And I don't think I would have figured it out by just watching. I had to have played it for as long as I have, it seems, to figure out. And maybe I just don't like it. Like at this point, I think 20 hours in, I should know if I like it or not. I shouldn't keep going. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'll probably keep going, but I don't think I like this game that much, which sucks. Because, and again, if anyone's listening and they're thinking this guy just sucks at video games, put wind in your fucking in your roster, then put a Ren materia on, and that would solve all your problems. You could be right.
Yeah, because I'm like, if you're that far, you have a lot of materia by that point to kind of mess with. I know they changed materia how it works probably enough in the new one, but you have a decent enough, and maybe you just forgot to go buy some. Because you're allowed to buy a decent amount of it towards the Honeybee Inn stuff.
I have a lot, and I've gone through and used and changed and stuff around.
Then I don't know.
It could be.
Then I don't know.
Yeah, I think the main thing really is just I don't like the camera. I don't like moving, and switching feels wrong, and it could just. If the game does, it's and remember also like what I've liked in video games recently of just like going from like Doom to this of just like I've really in the last couple of years enjoyed this. I like I always say, video games. It's like I'm controlling, and I still haven't been able to exactly figure out how to describe this. But like action games that I feel like I'm controlling a character doing things and I'm moving around quickly and I feel like I have control over this person in this world, and I can move my body in ways that make sense the way I feel like if I do a thing and it feels like it should do something and it does it. Unlike this game where it's just like the game stops you from like I'm moving and then the game says you can't run now. There's no real reason why you can't run. And it's not like the characters are talking. That would sometimes make sense because they're talking.
But this is for the pace of the dramatic part of the game, so we're gonna make you walk.
Yeah, or a little other thing that I hate too is just like, let's say I'm in the sewers, right, and like there's like a pipe that I have to carefully walk over to get from one side to another, but nothing I would do with my controller would make me fall off. So why am I moving this slow? I don't feel there's no danger as a player.
It's a pacing thing.
Yeah, it's a pacing thing.
It's not
as
for
a player,
you. It's for the characters.
Fair, but
and I don't think you really care about that anymore. And that's fun.
Well, it's I'm not. Yeah, I think
because when I hear that,
it seems like,
I think of I'm glad I don't have to do that shit. Because whenever you have to do it in games, it's not fun.
My thing is, and then I'm over here like I don't think I can connect with characters as much that I don't feel like I'm doing the things they're doing. If I don't feel like I'm being careful about going across this beam, then I don't give a shit that you're feeling like you're being careful going across this beam. Just because then at that point I'm just watching you do it, and I don't. When
the character's a blank slate, that would bother me, but they're not, so it doesn't bother me. Cloud is a character. But he's not you. He's a character. If it was Gordon Freeman or the main character of Titanfall 2 or a lot of bad JRPG protagonists or anime or VN protagonists, I'd be like, all right, that's fine. Yeah. But if the game has a character, it doesn't nearly bother me as much. Cloud's a sassy boy who's good at cutting people because he wanted to be like his hero.
Yeah, and of course he would take his time going over a beam.
Yeah, because he's careful and he doesn't want. And no, the actual answer for me, he doesn't want to be careful. He doesn't want to look not cool.
Fair,
because Cloud wants to be cooler than he really is. At least in the beginning of that game. Yeah, because he's not cool. He's kind of an asshole.
This is actually true for how that game ends.
And then Cloud became a stupid emo after FF7, and it ruined his character ever since.
Yeah, whatever.
Fucking admin children. God damn it. Sephiroth, what do you want?
So I get what you're saying, but you know what?
No, I understand you completely. Yeah.
And it's one of and this is a recent change in my brain that I don't think I haven't realized. I haven't fully grasped that in what I want in games anymore. I want something different in games than I used to, I guess.
Your taste
want to be able to. Yeah, and that's what it is. And it sucks because I wanted this game to like reawaken what I liked in fucking JRPGs when
that ain't gonna happen. Because JRPGs aren't what those were anyways. JRPGs are a different beast now.
Yeah.
They're different than the things that you thought you liked back then.
Oh, well, yeah.
And those things you liked back then aren't even what you liked back then when you go back to them.
Yeah. 100. Yeah, probably not.
I don't know. Chrono Trigger's still top tier, though. I still love that game. It's not the same game that I played when I played it back then. That game's still godlike.
I need to see Video Game Donkey's review on Final Fantasy.
I hate his reviews. He's a funny guy, but I hate his reviews.
Yeah, people seem to really hate his opinion on Final Fantasy VII, and I can't wait to finish this game.
Well, because he hates RPGs in general. He doesn't like RPGs.
Yeah. Oh, I know, but...
And he dislikes them for the same reasons you do, but he says it in a much more mean and like kind of like dismissive way, even when he's kind of joking. Okay. And it's really irritating.
Okay.
For example, watch his Octopath Traveler review, and to sum it up, and he kind of sums it up, but he says like in kind of like an overly like dramatic and mean-spirited way, even though he's trying to like come up as funny, is, I don't like Octopath Traveler. Why? Because it's like an old JRPG.
Oh, hilarious.
That's it. The actual answer is that, but he keeps repeating that kind of way in the same way people critique like turn-based RPGs forever. Like, they're slow. I don't like having to grind enemies. Like the generic critiques that we've heard forever, that if you don't like them for that, that's fine, but it's nothing new or interesting.
Well, this is why I
think he's still a really funny guy. But I don't like his reviews. Unless the reviews are super non-serious, I don't think they're like that insightful. They make me like him less.
I would like...
He's still a funny guy.
To relate that to my experience with this game then. Like, I would like to play more of this game so I can more accurately describe what it is I don't like, because there's definitely something about this game that I'm not connecting with, and at this point I don't think I will, and I need to figure out exactly what that is so I don't make this mistake again of buying a game like this again.
I need someone to tell me. I need someone to tell me why I don't like a game.
No. That's not what I.
I know, but that's what some people say, like as a joke when they watch reviews. I'm like, I'm glad I know what I don't.
Well, no. I'm not saying no. I said I need to play this game more. I didn't say I need to watch a review because of that. I watched a review after I finished this game. I'm saying I need to play this game more so I can accurately figure out what it is about this game that I don't like, so that I don't make that mistake again. Like that's
jealous of Cloud. That's all it is. You're just jealous.
It really is. He's the cool guy.
You just wish you had three ladies that wanted you for no reason. Mm-hmm. They just want his hair. They want to lop it off and turn it into a funny hat.
These are facts. My name is Ben Shapiro.
I don't care about your feelings.
Fuck you. Fuck you, liberal.
And he goes back to his little rat hole in the kitchen wall. Scurries away.
The Hebrew hammer strikes again.
He drops the Star of David behind him, so you can know he was there. It's like his calling card. Like he's a phantom thief.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's not. It's stupid. Makes me sad, though. It's really stupid.
It really is. This makes me sad, though, because now I'm like, fuck. I wonder... I like Persona 5 is another one of those games that I'm looking at and I'm just like,
you're not gonna fucking like. I know you're not gonna like that game. Hell no.
That's the thing is I'd love to like that game because I
could have told you that so much 5 years ago. That's so not your game.
I think 5 years ago I would have liked it because 5 years ago I was playing Persona 4 and I loved it.
Guess what? You never went back to Persona 4. You didn't like it enough, and that's fine.
No. The reason I think I no longer like it, I will never go back to the game just because it's like I don't want to do that again. Like what I'm saying is when you played it and when you dropped it for a justifiable reason at the time, you never played any game like it ever again. Never went back. That could be why.
The last thing you tried was Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for like 5 hours, and you only bought it because it was the new big game on the Switch, not because you like JRPGs. And that's
It's because I thought I liked JRPGs, and I don't.
Yeah, because you don't. You really don't.
Yeah,
not even trying to be like, but like, how many have you played and beaten that you still have fond memories of? I don't even know that.
Oh man, I don't know either.
Can you even name 5 that are like memorable and stick out to you that you still enjoy and still would love to go back to?
I was about to say nostalgia for. I was about to play. Okay, can I say Final Fantasy VII even though it's not true?
No, because that's not what I'm asking you. Okay. This isn't an easy like spitball PR like question for hot ones. I'm asking you just an actual question.
No, I know. I don't know if I can name 5 actual. Let's see.
Did you like 10?
Maybe.
FF10. Were you a fan of the Tales series at all? SMT, Trails of Cold Sky. Any of the Dragon Quest games actually came out in English.
Yeah, you might be right.
Rogue. Was it Rogue Legacy?
Why do I feel like I?
Bat and
Kaidos, like I like these games.
Skies of Arcadia.
Why do I feel like I like these games more than I did?
I think you don't. I think you just like them because you thought people would like you more if you liked Japanese stuff because you had friends like Japanese stuff.
Oh, that's definitely not. I don't give a shit about that.
No, but I think you thought that a long time ago, and that's stuck in your brain and never quite left for no reason.
It could
because I don't think you like JRPG stuff.
No, when I played the bits of Final Fantasy that I did, it seems because it seems like I haven't played as much as I thought I did. I didn't have anyone that gave a shit about Japanese shit at all. I don't think I knew a single person that gave a shit about I had like one friend that cared about like anime. And
have you beaten a Final Fantasy game? Then
10.
You beat 10 back in the day.
Yeah.
That's the game that I cannot go back to. I might try it again this year, but
yeah. When I got it on my Vita, I got it on my Vita, and I was as soon as I did the fucking, I was like, no, this is, yeah.
I like the setting. Fuck a Blitzball. The sphere grid system is cool. The combat's still fun. I like the combat system in that game. Man, that story. Holy cow.
It's real fun, huh?
Holy cow. I love Waka being racist the whole game against the Albeds. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like that story angle. It's an interesting idea for a Final Fantasy game of discrimination against the people that didn't do anything. But people still believe it.
I think
because the world fucking ended.
I think what I have...
But it's delivered like really cheesily in the English. And it's like, oh man. It's probably that cheesy in Japanese, to be fair.
Oh, 100%. It just... Remember, cheese doesn't translate well in English. But
it becomes worse or it becomes rewritten entirely.
Yeah, because I was like, cheese in Japanese to Japanese makes more sense than it does to an English Western.
Well, that's the thing.
ear.
As like a grown man, I actually like cheese in games a lot more. I don't mind it. I find it kind of endearing. Although there's a limit, like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, a lot of that story I gag. It's terrible. Like the ones that are supposed to be funny or heartwarming or quote unquote deep are really terrible. But there's like I have a threshold for cheese where I can be like, all right, this is cheesy, but what they're going for is still interesting. Like Kingdom Hearts 2, I still will argue that Rocket's story for that tutorial of the part of the game is actually really great, despite some of the cheesy voice acting the way it's delivered. The idea of it, of him discovering that like, no, none of this that I thought I've been living is real. None of my friends were actually my friends, and I know what I really am, and I have to cease to exist now. I have to just accept that, and it's over. It's a really great idea, and I think it's told decently well, but it's a little too long. But
I've also played Klonoa.
Yeah. Well, Klonoa isn't cheesy. It's just meant to look friendly until it's not, like a Kirby game is.
Yeah, no, I was saying that literally that exact like, all this isn't real. I have to go back. I have to accept that this isn't a thing. Is the plot of Klonoa 1.
But Rox is but it's the fact that they make you spend time with those chuckle fucks and live in that town for 3 hours. Because the opening of that game is 3 hours long. It's all a long tutorial to explain story bits and to introduce this new character into the series. And some of that tutorial is kind of boring, and some of the cheesiness is a little too much. Like the bullies, it's Setzer from Final Fantasy. He calls your group and your friends lamers. He goes, "You lamers," and it's supposed to be kind of serious.
Oh, okay.
Because Kingdom Hearts, that's how it be.
Fun. Yeah,
but I can be willing to deal with that and some anime bullshit every now and then.
I don't know. Here's what we've learned from this.
I think you just hate Japanese media. That's it. You hate all of it.
I was gonna say, I was literally about, because it's like I also haven't watched an anime in like 5 years. I think I did watch.
Wait, 5 years? Like a new thing in 5? You watched that one about the kids trying to solve a murder. You watched Erased. I didn't like Erased that much, but you were watching that. That was somewhat recent.
That was like,
that was like 4 years ago, I think. That's 2016. That's about 4 years ago. Not 5. That's not the newest thing you've watched is Erased. Didn't you see a Boruto movie or something? That probably came out after Erased.
When did the Boruto movie come out? Because I did see the movie.
They made like 2 of them, I think, by now.
Oh, probably. Boruto.
You've not even watched like the basic bitch popular shit like My Hero Academia before with like a friend or something.
No, I almost refused to watch My Hero. I almost refused to watch it because of how. No, it's not because it's too popular. Because that's whatever. Like, it's simply because Isaiah cares about it too much.
Oh,
he's seen it like 8 times.
Now you're like me. Now that makes you okay, Lewis. Listen to me.
Yeah,
that's what I would do, and what I'm kind of doing with that series right now. That makes you a bad person.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I will confess to that. That makes you a bad person. Don't do that. That's not cool.
100%. You're right. Boruto came out before,
shitty thing
2015.
To do.
Boruto came out 2015, and let me see, Erased anime, because it's not going to figure that out until I.
You have to type in anime because it got a live action thing too.
Yep, 2016. So.
4 years ago.
Yeah. So that was legit the last thing.
You watched any Japanese films? Read a manga in the past 4 years?
Yeah, legit. Not like I think, and that's one that I used.
You did play Japanese games, but Japanese ass Japanese.
No, not Japanese ass Japanese games, and definitely. But I did care about anime a good amount, like high school, middle school, and
because we all had excess time, and all of our friends were into it.
Yeah, that was definitely a thing. So it's not that
I still very much am into it. That's because I have my own hang-ups and love for it. Like, I'm still going to watch the new Ava movie this year. Still going to watch it.
You might be right, though. You might be right on some of this, that, like, there is something in my brain.
It might be just your tastes are just different. Yeah, you've just evolved.
Yeah, I don't think I like Japanese shit as much as I used to, which sucks.
Like this Japanese ass shit.
Yeah, which sucks, because I have fond memories of liking shit like this.
You're not going to play Senran Kagura with me anytime soon, that's for sure.
Don't even know what that is.
That's the game about the ninjas with the big tits. There's like games now.
Yeah, I hate tits.
Why you said that so like menacingly? Like you're a very nefarious like gay man who hates women. Hate them.
I want that villain, by the way.
That's just Kevin Spacey. He's real. He's the real villain. He's the real Final Fantasy VII remake.
Look, if we've learned anything from the therapy session, it's Kevin Spacey is the real mastermind behind all of this. Just life in general.
He went to China. He did it. He sneezed on a person in Wuhan. He did it.
He sneezed in a bat's mouth. He sneezed in a bat's mouth.
He openly coughed in a man's open nostrils while he was sleeping.
Dude,
like he would grab a pig's nose.
I still say coughing and stop or I'll cough into your mouth, or like coughing into someone's mouth as like a threat is the funniest threat to me.
See, it would be funny. It'd be funnier if it wasn't this time of life in the history of humanity. But also,
this is the thing.
That's not funny to me because I get really angry at those people who just cough openly, even before all this shit. I get like violently angry.
That's where it came from. Is same. And I got that. I started coming up with that like coughing into someone's mouth thing like before the COVID shit.
Yeah, because it's always a terrible thing to do and really bad for people's health anyways.
Yeah, and that's why it became as a joke, because it was like, stop doing that. It's like it feels like you're being evil. Like it, yeah, and then it turned into the cough into your mouth as a threat. By the way,
like the dare of licking doorknobs.
Remember how you were saying that like saying COVID-19 makes you sound super pretentious? So I found an even more pretentious thing is SARS-CoV-2, and I think I'm gonna start saying that.
I've heard people saying that too, and those people are also dumb. They're trying to sound smarter than they really are.
Cool. Yeah, SARS-CoV-2 I think is a more pretentious thing than.
What if I call it SARS-2? That's it.
That's what it is. But you have to specifically say the CoV part because it's specifically a coronavirus.
What if I call it, what the fuck is the dollar bill flu?
Dollar bills, y'all.
Remember from fucking The Division, it's called the dollar bill flu?
Is that what it's called?
It's spread on money, so it's something to do with like dollar bills or like the bill flu, yeah.
You know, it
has a name, it's like something stupid like that.
I'm going to look up Division 1. Fucking my mouse takes forever to get from one side of
the screen. I remember hearing
that
at the Ubisoft conference, like the name of the thing, and I laughed because I was like, "That's a funny name."
Green poison.
The disease spreading
the dollar flu. The green poison is a thing, but the dollar flu virus is literally what it was called.
Yeah, I laughed at that because I'm like, that's such a dumb name, but that idea that's kind of realistic enough. Sure. No one washes their dollar bills, but also that kind of made a lot less sense even at the time when Division 1 came out, because most people didn't have cash back then either.
No, but it's a great idea.
Yeah, if it was made in 2007.
Yeah.
It's made a decade before, it'd be much more interesting.
Well, that's why Division 1's, I was about to say story without air quotes.
It's background. It's elevator pitch of a story.
Well, it feels old. Like and there's something charming about it feeling out of time.
The game being outdated when it came out.
Yeah, I remember when I was playing it, I was like, this doesn't feel right, but I like how it doesn't feel correct. Like that.
That was Watch Dogs 2 for me. Like it was modern, but also not. But it was still kind of interesting.
Watch Dogs 2 is good, right?
It's not bad. It's all right. It's more fun. Yeah. The game mechanics that it had in 1 that were actually kind of good are made better, but you have to either love or hate the cast. I don't love the cast, but they were like okay.
I have I got Watch Dogs 1 for free on Epic Games Store. I haven't installed it or touched it or anything.
When you get Watch Dogs 2 for free, maybe boot it up. Maybe look at Watch Dogs.
Yeah. That's why I'm waiting for that. It's not a bad game. Free.
I think that was the last Ubisoft game I ever touched.
I will say, everyone, I know that everyone hates the Epic Games Store. I get it's fine. You can hate it all you want. They give out like legit games all the time, like free. Just here's the entire Arkham series for free. Just have fun.
Yeah. They're not always new, but they are games that are free if you are having.
Yeah, and a lot of games that like people just miss. Like sometimes good. Like I'm gonna open my Epic. Let me see whatever. Does anyone care about this? We're at the end of the podcast. As you guys can tell, I'm just opening my Epic Games Store to see what games I've gotten for free that I think are worth playing in the year of our Lord 2018 3.
Do you even play any of the games you get for free? Like most people I know don't.
I installed Arkham Asylum because I think I kind of want to replay those games, but then I started playing it and I was like, fuck, do I want to replay a game right now?
You want to replay a semi-open world Metroidvania game that takes about 35 hours to beat with combat that's really dated because everyone copied it for fucking 10 years.
World War Z is a game that apparently is really good.
Saying that.
Subnautica.
That's a really good
Rayman
game,
Legends. Rayman Legends is actually the best one that they've done so far. That's the.
But that game is like $5. That's not an incentive to join Epic.
No, it's no join. I mean, join.
Yeah,
I guess you have to
sign up for an account, and I think they announced recently you have to have security with them too, two-factor authentication. So you got to sign the hell up. I saw a thing on it like 2 weeks ago.
That part's true, but
they're gonna like
could be true. I don't know.
I might be like doing that. Maybe it's starting it next month, but they were like saying like, yeah, we're gonna make it like more things mandatory if you want to do them. You have to have either might be for that or like to do something else on the Epic Store now. You have to like have security on you.
Fair enough. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care about the hate on Epic, but yeah, but we've had this conversation before. Let's me play games that I like. So who cares?
No, they don't let you. They make you. That's the problem with it. They make you play games you already liked on a service that you didn't ask for.
Yeah.
But they have the money, so they're going to stick around because they have Fortnite. That's it. They're going to be here.
Yeah.
Another, at least I give them 7 years of that store being
fair.
Open. Maybe not the same name. Maybe not the same layout. Maybe they buy one or get bought by someone else and they just join companies. It's going to be around for at least 7 to 10 years. I don't see it.
And I have no argument. And I have no argument for or against. I like Borderlands 3. I wanted to play it when it came out, so I got it on Epic Game Store. I don't give a shit. Like I get it. If you like,
and that's also a very valid argument. It's like I'm still playing the game, so whatever. Yeah, that's fair.
The game hasn't broken because I'm using Epic. As soon as the game is like made objectively worse because this app is worse than Steam,
like
or
the
something,
EA and
like
Ubisoft ones were when they first came out.
Yeah, exactly. Ubisoft for way too long. Same thing with EA. I still have problems with Origin. Yeah. So, dude, playing not Force Unleashed. What the fuck? Jedi Fallen Order was a nightmare because I got it on Steam, but you still have to launch it through Origin.
Yes.
God, Origin. So many issues of just like the game would freeze and then I'd have to like close out. I'd have to then go into Task Manager and close every process that is Origin and then reload it again.
PC gaming is the best way to play games.
PC gaming is objectively the best way to play games. This is why I'm really enjoying
asterisk if you have even more time to fuck with the games before you even play them.
Yeah.
And most people don't even have time to play games, period. Regardless of this COVID shit.
Yeah. So
that's why they play like the mobile games.
Yeah, man. Y'all have phones.
Everyone has phones.
Dude, it's still real quick before we go. It's wild how like what am I trying to say? Call of Duty Mobile, like how much attention is the devs are putting into that game is kind of
really not surprising. I don't know what you mean. It's really not surprising.
I don't know. It's neat.
The profit margin on mobile games is so high. Why would they not put the time in if it makes enough money? That doesn't surprise me.
I guess fair enough.
It's never been
fair enough. I don't know. It's fair.
Never been a shot. Mobile games are fucking bizarre.
Fair. I like COD Mobile, and I like that it's updating and I'm constantly getting.
Hey, why did it take out zombies?
Because it sucked. I will say that was frustrating.
Is that what the dev said?
No, that's what I said.
Okay. Because I saw the story of like, hey, they took out zombies without telling anybody, and they said it will be back, but they don't know when.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't think that zombies won't work on there because this game is fundamentally an online. Like the way that game works from its bones is this is an online game, and for me, zombies is it's the fundamentals of the game is like, hey, it's an online game that you play for 5 minutes and then put in your pocket, and that doesn't work for zombies. So I don't think that will ever work with that same game. If they want to make zombies on mobile, they have to make a new game for it. They can't force it into this APK. It just won't work. Probably why that game is so broken. Which, whatever. It made me sad because I like zombies a lot, but who cares? I'm arguing over a mobile game, so fucking.
We're getting a new zombies here anyways.
Maybe.
They're gonna do it.
I don't know.
No, they're gonna make a new one. You're gonna be excited, and then you're gonna fall out of it like last time. The maps will be bad.
Maybe I'm not excited as of yet.
But you will still play it because you are a Call of Duty fan through and through.
I might not actually. Dude, honestly, if I'm not impressed by what I see and hear about, I might not get this one. So
I don't buy it. You said that almost every year. You say this. I never buy it.
No, I haven't. I didn't say I didn't say that about.
No,
Black Ops
you get
3
on this
4.
path, but it gets a little more negative each time.
I don't.
For like 3 years running.
That might be true.
It's like I might not do this next year, and then you buy it like the week of or the month of, or the day of.
I don't buy every Call of Duty though.
Since the past 3 years, you have.
No, I haven't. I only got this. I didn't get. I got the last two. Or is it the last two? Was World War II before or after this one, or before this one?
It was way before.
It
was way before.
Yeah. Okay.
World War II was
before
like
Black Ops 4, then, right?
I think. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Before.
So I got Black Ops. I got Black Ops 4 and then Modern Warfare. Like those are the two. And then I didn't get Advanced Warfare. I didn't get World War II. I didn't get. What else? I don't know. I've played most Call of Duty. This is stupid.
It is stupid.
I like Call of Duty a lot, but not always. So, I like games that I like. Pee pee poo poo. Bye.
I feel so fucking gross. I gotta leave. I feel so fucking disgusting.